Good morning. Welcome to Tucson New Thought. I'm Reverend Jonathan Zenz, and it's such a pleasure to have you here with us this morning on this beautiful, beautiful June morning. I'm coming to you again from Fort Lowell Park, and let's get started with today, because today is an exciting day for me. I've had a really great week, and looking forward to all that is to unfold in the weeks to come as well, because that's the nature of life, celebration. So we're going to celebrate today by starting off with centering. So I invite you to take a moment just to relax right where you are. Allow yourself to simply come into a relaxed state. And take a breath. As I look around, hearing the birds, seeing the sky and the trees and the land, I recognize that I'm a part of something greater, something bigger than me, and yet I'm a part of it, and it is a part of me. This is true for each and every one of us. I love coming out into nature and allowing myself to simply remember that right here and right now, it's all connected. We're all connected. So just allow yourself to be in that centered space as we take these next few minutes to simply allow ourselves to be and listen and hear and maybe be inspired. Our music today is Via Dia. Today it's Olivia, because you'll see, Olivia will mention that Nadia is behind the camera today. But Olivia brings us a great song today that is so in alignment with what I want to talk about today. So please welcome Via Dia.
Hey everybody, it's Olivia from Via Dia Music. Nadia's on the other side of the camera today, being my film person. Super casual tonight. We just got back from an amazing concert. We saw Michael Franti, and we just celebrated life and celebrated peace and joy with hundreds of people in Tucson. Did a lot of jumping and screaming, so feeling a little sore and tired, but want to just play this song real quick to go with Reverend Jonathan's talk all about how you really can create your reality. So I wrote this song many years ago, and since then I've created so many things in my life through visualization, and that's what the song really is about. I've created this amazing city I live in, finding it, this house, my dogs, my partner, all of these things that have come from visualizing. At that point, I was in one career, and I visualized my way to now I'm in a career that's, along the lines of what I wrote the song about. And now it's time to take the next step and visualize what we want to create in the future. And after seeing Michael Franti tonight, we were just so inspired, and we just want to bring all of this love and joy and positivity to everyone, in person through performances and through Tucson New Thought online. So we're so grateful that you're here tuning in, and we're able to have this platform, and we're ready to visualize our next, which is performing positive music for the world. This song is called Visualize. Sitting at my desk, tick-tock goes the clock, and I know that I'm meant for more. I do my best and I give my all, but at 5 I'm out the door. 'Cause I take the time to help people now, to start living my dreams. Dreams that energize me, dreams that I wanna see. I kneel on the ground and I pray to love what I do every day, to sing, to create, motivate, help people find their way. So I visualize my desires, my dreams start by just being happy. 'Cause I take the time to help people now to start living my dreams. Dreams that energize me. Dreams that I wanna see. I kneel on the ground and I pray to love what I do every day. To teach and to dance and to smile and inspire some little child. So I visualize my desires, my dreams. My dreams are real and my thoughts make them true. So I visualize my desires, So I want you to think of one thing that you're wanting to create in your life, and just close your eyes and visualize what that would look like. What would that look like? What would you be doing? What would you be feeling? How would you be acting with the manifestation of this thing? And just breathe that in and just know that that is already true and already real in its spiritual form. It's on its way to you with your thoughts, your visualizations, and most importantly, your aligned action. Thank you so much for tuning in to Tucson New Thought, and we will see you next week.
Thank you, Olivia, for that great song. I want to start today with a lyric from the song, and the lyric is this: your dreams are real, and your thoughts make them true. Now, this is a lyric that basically is repeated throughout the song. She starts off by saying, my dreams are real and my thoughts make them true. Your dreams are real and your thoughts make them true. And this is basically more true than we realize. Our thoughts create our experience. The only thing holding us back from anything is us. That's it. The only thing holding us back from anything is us. Now, there's a concept that was actually brought into my sphere of experience this week on Facebook. You know, I have to say a lot of ideas I actually get from Facebook, and I'm grateful for that. But this video came up this week on Facebook. It's a 3-minute clip of a TED Talk given by Anil Seth. He is a cognitive neuroscientist. And in this video, he basically says this. Ready? Perception of reality is a controlled hallucination. Perception of reality is a controlled hallucination. Here's what he's basically saying. Everything that exists is a hallucination. Our experience of it is a hallucination. So, perception of reality being a controlled hallucination, what does this mean? Perception relies on outside signals coming into the brain, right? I think we can all accept that. That is what we commonly accept as perception. But equally, perceptions rely, he says, on predictions of the brain. Predictions made around those perceptions. So basically, what he's saying is we're hallucinating all the time. And when our brain agrees with the hallucination, we call it reality. So, in reality, we're all made up. I'm all made up. You're all made up. It's all made up. We are hallucinations that our brains agree with. The entire world is an hallucination that we all agree with. So I think this is actually really powerful stuff. Why? Because it means, here's the thing, it means that as we expand our minds, basically the more our brains learn to agree, the greater our reality becomes. Our thoughts are literally shaping our reality. Sounds like a spiritual philosophy, I know. So, on that, I was actually also at the concert that Olivia mentioned, the concert on Friday night, Michael Franti and Spearhead. Now, I had never seen Michael Franti in concert. I'd heard a lot about what the experience was. I didn't know his music at all. So I was going into this experience with absolutely no frame of reference. And I had only had expectations set up by others. And to be totally honest, it totally met those expectations. What was set up in my mind as this great, joyful, celebratory experience was completely seen through. It was amazing. His music is about love and peace and joy and inclusion and acceptance and beauty and light. It was just magnificent. And I have to say, he works up a crowd in a way that allows everyone present to let go and just be. I hadn't ever danced at a concert like I danced on Friday night. One of the things I loved too is that it was, there were people of all ages there. There were kids, and he brings the kids up on the stage at the end to dance on stage, which I think is absolutely beautiful. But there are kids there, 10 years old, and as I looked around the crowd, I saw, people in their 60s and 70s, and it was really a great cross-section of all ages and all people. And so what that says to me is that he's really speaking to a very wide range of people who all believe in love, because that's really what his message is. Now, his most striking assertion that he made during the concert, and I have to say I really do agree with this, is that if I look around at the world right now, and remembering that it's all a hallucination, he said this, basically, that we are living right now through a battle between cynicism and optimism. Cynicism and optimism. We see the expression of cynicism in everything, in the news, in the media, in everything, right? And it is up to us, those who are loving and joyful and living a life of peace, beauty, joy, that we need to be the optimists. And when we do this, we set our brain on the course of creating and constructing that reality around us. This is beyond political parties. It's beyond religious ideologies. It's beyond social mores. The cure for cynicism is optimism. It all begins with self-love. Love of self is primary and necessary. And in order to love anyone or anything else, we must first be in self-love. It's like RuPaul says, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love anyone else? It's absolutely true. Begs this question for me. At what point did I decide that my love for myself had to be contingent upon someone else loving me? I think a lot of us are living in this right now. Why does my love for myself have to be contingent upon somebody else loving me? The answer is it doesn't. If you're living within that paradigm, that your own love for yourself is contingent upon someone else loving you, I invite you to let that go today. I invite you to let it go. Self-love does not have to be conditional, and yet we make it conditional. Now, I've come up with a lot of answers to that very question. Why does my self-love have to be conditional upon someone else's love for me? And I've come up with a lot of answers to that question over the years. But the when and the how, it doesn't matter. What matters right here and right now is the what now. When I look up from my computer screen, when I put my phone down, when I step outside my door, what I find is a world of wonder, a beautiful world, a world where I can live in optimism. We live in magnificence, and we shouldn't take any of it for granted. But that is my worldview. It's mine. That is the hallucination of the world that my brain is in agreement with. I'm making up the world around me. I'm a product of that perception of reality. So I'm all made up. It's all made up. If I'm all made up, then here's the great news. I get to recreate myself at any time. And all of that is done through mental work. Through mental work. The work of new thought is in alignment with Anil Seth's ideology. We change our world when we change our minds. So if you're looking for change, that change begins within. If you are dissatisfied, satisfaction begins within. If you want love, love begins within. If you are ready for a more loving and just world, it's up to each and every one of us to create that reality in our own minds and live it. Everything around us, the entire material world, will conform to that perception. And what today may seem like only a dream will become our reality. Namaste. So, I want to invite you, if you are inspired by the experience of our virtual celebration each Sunday, or even if this is the very first time that you're joining us on a Sunday, I want to invite you to give of your treasure to this organization so that we can continue to bring you this type of enlightened, inspirational experience. We are still looking for a physical space to occupy on Sundays. Until then, we will continue the virtual Sunday celebration, but it does require, resources, and you help us create and provide those resources. So I encourage you to click on the donate button. Here, it's in the Facebook description, or if you're watching on our website, you can click anywhere on the website. There are plenty of options for donations on the website. Or if you're watching on YouTube, there is a link in the description field as well. And I want to say I'm so grateful to you for what you give in support of this center, because it really does make a difference in how we get to present this message and express moving forward. I also want to say, I'd love for you to share this video with someone that you love and you care about and think will be inspired by what it is we offer here at Tucson New Thought. Click that share button and let's see if we can't raise the consciousness of the world through the proliferation of this message. So take a breath. And relaxing right here and right now, allow yourself to simply be. Our perception of the world is made real by our cognitive acceptance of it. The world is simply a hallucination that our minds agree with. So knowing this, let's set the tone for our being through spiritual mind treatment. Relaxing in the here and now, I know and accept fully, 100%, that there is only one thing going on. There's only love. Love is the creative factor of all that is. Love created everything. And so I step into love here and now, knowing that as I accept love in my heart and know that I am the very essence of love, that what I choose is created through love. And so I choose today joy. I choose today beauty. I choose today wholeness. I choose only the most constructive and optimistic experience of life. And I know that in my optimism, my world conforms to the good. I simply allow this to be. I relax, and in gratitude, I simply say, yes, it is so. I know it is so, and as I release this word, I call it complete and accept it now, as together we say, and so it is. Thank you so much for joining me here this morning. I look forward to the more and the more and the more. Together we create a world that works for everyone, and I'm so grateful. Namaste.